The worst part about that class was the teacher. But that's a topic for another time. That's right. It's finally... That's right, it's finally time to tell you about the worst teacher I've ever had. Before I tell the story though, I should give some exposition. First, me. At this point, I'm in grade 6. I had just moved in from the small town where I grew up. I was the new, weird, nerdy kid in the school with absolutely no riz whatsoever. Next, the school. This is the worst high school in existence. If you finish the video and still think your high school was worse, please leave it in the comments and you can have the I survived the worst high school ever trophy. But that's not gonna happen because this place was horrid. The bullying was so bad, there was a mass exodus once a year where all the nerdy kids would transfer to other schools, myself included. And thank goodness I did, because the year I left, that place got locked down. I'm talking squadrons of police officers walking through the halls. And if you watch the Purge movies, yeah, it was that, except every day, and you're 12 years old. Okay, so it wasn't that bad, but you get my point. Even outside of school, the kids would ding-dong ditch my house every night without fail. One time, these bullies found a dead animal, stuck a crude note to it, and left it on someone's doorstep. That's messed up. I'm only telling you this because you gotta understand, this school was like a boot camp, but instead of training drills, you're doing algebra. Arguably worse. The kids were all little demons, but the teachers weren't that bad. I actually liked a few of them. The rest gave me good reason to not like them, including my band teacher. Naturally, in order to protect this teacher's identity, I won't use their real name, and I've changed it to something completely normal and respectable. So, Miss Meanie Pants was my band teacher right up until high school. Like I said in a previous video, which you should totally go watch by the way, I was in the percussion section at the back of the classroom. So I would observe the class from afar. And at the beginning, I actually thought Miss Meanie Pants, or Miss M as I'll call her, was pretty cool, because she was chill and liked to joke around with the students.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think we're really going to blow our audience away.
But my opinion of her quickly changed. One day at the start of class, Miss M was joking around about the teacher's dress code. Basically, jeans are viewed as too casual for the workplace, so teachers are only allowed to wear them on casual Fridays. And Miss M was wearing jeans. But today was a Thursday. I was locked in. I had brewed the most hilarious comment known to humankind. Something so funny, so unexpected, it was sure to make everyone in the class fall in love with me. Miss M, you're wearing jeans on a Thursday. Yep, I called her out on it. I was just trying to be funny and joke around with her like all the other students. I didn't realize it then, but calling out Miss M on wearing jeans was the biggest mistake of my life. Her face turned red. She finally revealed her vampire fangs, and I'm pretty sure I had just awoken her Mangekyo Sharingan. She absolutely lost it on me. I don't remember exactly what her rant was about. I was focusing on trying not to cry, but there's a few lines that have stuck in my head to this day.
Nobody here likes you. You're a disappointment to your parents and everyone else in your life. It would be better for everyone here if you were never born.
I don't know why my teacher sounds like Carl Weezer.
Hi, Jimmy's mom.
And those are only a few of the bangers from her mental breakdown, which, might I add, continued for the entire period. 50 minutes of me sitting there, holding back tears, while she told me it was a mistake that I moved to their school. And if that wasn't bad enough, after the class ended and everyone left, I made a second mistake by trying to apologize. This part I do remember. I'm sorry for what I said. I didn't mean—
Oh, really? You're not sorry, Aiden.
I just—
Get out! Never speak in my classroom again!
So I didn't. I never spoke in any of her classes again. Later that day, I'm at my locker trying to recover from the incident when one of the many school bullies comes up to me and starts babbling about how funny it was to see the teacher freak out at me. He even congratulated me for getting the teacher to, and these are his words, snap. Come on, man. What 80s snowboard movie did you rip that from? Nobody says stuff like that. Regardless, it got to me. I didn't think the teacher was a bad person, and I certainly wasn't trying to make her upset. The idea that this was my fault, that I tried to make her angry, and that I was a bully just like all the others, it broke me. I burst into tears in the hallway. I tried to hide my face in the locker, but was unsuccessful. Everyone saw me cry, and they all laughed at me. I didn't speak to anyone for the rest of the day. I was convinced I was a bully and that this was all my fault. I think that's why I went so quiet, because if being myself made me a bully, then I would just be no one. At least that way I'm not hurting anybody else. Fast forward a couple years, I'm sitting by the window in Miss Meanie Pants' English class, glued to my book, afraid that if I say anything, I'd discover Miss M had a sniper trained on me. And then, the unthinkable happens. That same bully who spoke to me at the locker mentions the pants comment again, years later. I freeze in my tracks. Oh no, she's gonna lose it on me again. That bully is as good as dead. He's gonna burst into flame any second now. Don't look at her, you'll turn to stone. Just focus on the book. Pretend like you're reading. This pencil would make a pretty good weapon if things get dicey. I expect her to yell at him, or me, but instead she laughs and says, You know, Aiden, that didn't really have anything to do with you. I was just having a bad day. What? Is that supposed to be an apology? Not even an I'm sorry, or it wasn't right for me to say those things. Not even an oops, my bad. She was having a bad day? You know what I do when I'm having a bad day? I take a nap, or eat some chocolate, or rant about it in a YouTube video. You know what I don't do? Mentally scar children. I was a child, and she was like 35. You had a bad day and told a minor that he never should have been born? Imagine being in your mid-30s and losing your cool at an anxiety-ridden 12-year-old. But I'm totally over it now and everything. Looking back, I really should have gone to the principal and told them what had happened. But remember, I was convinced I had done something wrong. I was afraid if I went to the principal, I would take the blame and get expelled. So I didn't say anything. That year, I switched schools. My new school was welcoming, kind, fun. I made good friends there, and the teachers were fantastic. I try my best to forget about that old school. Even just writing the script, I feel like I've been hit by a truck. But I'm alright. I'm old enough now to realize that no, I was not a bully. I was an innocent kid who saw the teacher having fun with students, and I wanted to be a part of that. Weirdly enough, I found my old report cards, and Miss M gave me 100% for in-class behavior. She said, Aiden is a pleasure to have in class, and I look forward to hearing him play in the band next year. Still don't know what that's about, but I'm pretty sure it's the closest thing I'll get to an apology. I'll take it. Forgive and forget, right? After you've turned the whole thing into a YouTube video, of course. Gotta get that engagement. Hashtag Sigma grind set. So you might be wondering, what's the moral of the story? Well, it's pretty simple. If you notice your teacher is wearing jeans on a Thursday, it might be best to just not say anything. Here's some more videos of mine for you to watch. Remember to subscribe and like. Huh? They don't often say it in that order.